Hello! So, a new shader coding stream tonight. Sorry, it's been quite a while since I last streamed, but I hope we'll enjoy tonight's stream. Let me know if the sound is okay, if the music is too loud, something like that. So I'm using Bonzomatic, but it's a version Alkama made with a nice background just around the text. So, as often, I will start by declaring the time and my map function, which is my SDF function. So tonight it will be a strange mix between 2D and 3D effects. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Alien01, how are you? So my starting position, the position of the camera, and the ray direction. And I use the current P position, and I will make a ray matching loop, just a loop. And I use my map to know the distance to the nearest surface. And if I'm below a little value, very near the surface, I can just break out the loop. And if not, I advance my position by my ray direction multiplied by the current distance. I will also limit the max, having a max distance, so if the distance to the nearest surface is over let's say 100, I also break. So now after that loop I should have a position. My P should be the position of the intersection. So what I will do right now is use what we called glowing effect. Yeah, glowing effect, iteration glow. So I use a value that I initialize to 0 before the loop, and each time I'm in the loop I will add a little bit that depend on the distance to the surface. I use the absolute to avoid precision issue mainly, if we are a little bit too far, something. And I add a little offset so that I never divide by 0. And that will do something like that. So after the roll loop, I add it to the color and I output the color. Boom. So it's too bright, so I can try to find correct value. So there we have our sphere. Now I'm not sure what type of surface I want to make. I will try to use... I wanted maybe to use boxes, but sphere could be great too. Yeah, let's make a sphere function, even if it's not really useful because it's just that. But maybe it's more clear. So now what I want to do is to use some kaleidoscopic function to make it to duplicate and things like that. So I will make a fractal function. It's just my name. It's not with the proper fractal. And so inside I will do a few loops. I will also need a rotation function, so I will just put that in. That, and so what I want to do is to rotate the position with some value. What did I do? And I will rotate it on 2 axes with a slight different value. Yeah. Alien, it's keefs. We could call it keefs. Maybe it's better. Hello, Ianza. So now it will make the sphere rotate, but we would not see it because it's a sphere. To start seeing it, we will do an offset. So each time in the loop we will remove a slight value, and we should have something. Yes. So we see it's moving. Yeah, keefs is kaleidoscopic. I have a blank. Kaleidoscopic iterative function. I don't know. I will see. I don't even find it on the internet. Kaleidoscopic iterative function, but I don't know if why the final S. Hi, Heliotech, how are you? So now I have my sphere that's rotating. Yeah, I don't remember, is it system or I don't know. And the last thing to start having more geometry is to use some symmetries. So with the absolute value, I can, each time the sphere is slightly offset, it will divide it like that. So let's put the camera a little bit more on the back. And so yeah, with the apps we duplicate the sphere at each iteration. So you can just change that, and each time you iterate, you start with only one. Each time you iterate, you multiply by 8, I think, potentially. So you can get a lot. And here you change the distance between each copy. You can also, on the rotation value, you can add like the iterative index, and you would start having things less regular. Okay, so one thing that we would like to do is to make it more like metaballs. Here it's just you can see the reflection planes, so it's not that great. Yeah, it's very flexible. It may be a little bit limited after a while, but you can do a lot of things just with keys. For example, you can change here depending on the axis. And you can have something that is a lot less blobby. You can try a lot of things. The essential part is to make some rotation, some symmetry, and some offset. So yeah, what I wanted to use is a smooth minimum function. You can find those functions on IQ website. I just change it a bit to be a little bit a little more like I know how to type it, like more friendly to remember for me. So I think that I'm not quite sure. So we could try, for example, to have a plane. Something like that. So here we have a plane. Oh, it's a bit bright. So if we go back to the glowy thing, that value change how sharp your glow will be. So if you put a larger value, you can have something smoother. So with my new smin function, smooth minimum, instead of just doing a minimum, I can use a new value that will be the blend, like that. It's not working, I think. So what did I do wrong? Yes, I need to offset it. Well, that's pretty much, you have to find a way to remember it. So there you can see that the little ball are merging with the ground. That's just to show it. And one thing that I don't know if it exists, if someone else uses that, but what I do is that I replace everything with vec3. And I can use the same function to make symmetries. So instead of that, I will use... I don't remember... something like that. Don't really remember. Yes. I think it doesn't matter which one is minus, yes. So that's something I found. You can replace the absolute by a smooth minimum with P and minus P. If the smooth minimum take a vector 3, and that way it will do symmetry with smoothing parameters. So you can adjust that, you have something pretty smooth. One other thing you can do, I found a while back, is that you can use two separate keys with an offset on the center, because everything on a key is always rotating around the center, like you can see it there. So you make another key with another rotating center, and also another rotation speed, and you can use another sphere in that, maybe a little bit smaller. And now I can just merge two of them. But I can also, with the smooth min, I can also, if I put a minus in the last parameter, I can subtract. So with that, we have only the union of the two, but I can also carve one of them. I think that's how it's made. So if you do something like that, you kinda start losing the really regular pattern. Still a bit there, but I just try this. I can also maybe do a cylinder function. So the cylinder function is exactly the same as the sphere, but just with a vector 2 as a parameter. And so here I can use that on 2 axes. I don't know if I'm that. Okay, so that's the first part of what I wanted to do. Now there is a second part, which is a 2D part. The idea here is to make some 2D pattern and to use the 3D shape to distort the 2D pattern. And to do that, I will try to project back the position that we found to a 2D position on the screen. Like to reverse what we have done to get UV back. So to do that, I will for example, I can use, so right now I don't rotate the camera. The camera is fixed on it's pointing on the z-axis. Thank you, Alien. So if I use XY coordinate, yeah, you can do something like that. Like we could maybe distort the UV that are there, but I wanted to really use the shape. So I made something. We'll see how it goes. So if I have my UV, I can put it like that, for example. Yeah, of course, it's a 2D vector. There I have my UVs, and I want to make them repeat. So it's probably ugly right now. So I can quite quickly use a boolean to know if we have inside or outside, just to get okay. That was a bit painful. So right now, if I have found a collision, I will use my grid to show as UV, but you can see that it's not exactly like UVs. It's distorting with the geometry, and that's not exactly what I want. First, what we can do is to compute a distance. Let's call it depth. That will depend on the starting position and the final position. And we can divide by that depth. And now we should not, if we remove the inside, yeah, it's better. So now that we are dividing by the distance of the point, we have something a lot less ugly. So when the ray hits that value, it stops. And as we divide by the depth, it's not very little things. But you can see that it's not exactly plane. It's like a little, like a sphere, like the inside of a sphere. Well, what's making the distortion is that a perspective camera is a projection that use a plane, and here we are using a distance that is not according to the near plane, is just a distance. So if in a sense on the side some distance should be a little bit less because it's a distance according to a plane, to the near plane. Maybe you have seen that in some games, notably old games. You can see that when you rotate the camera, the fog is changing, like you see some kind of plane that's rotating with the camera. Well, it's a bit like that. It's maybe the opposite of that, because here we have a distance that is like a sphere, but we want a distance to a plane. Yeah, sorry if I'm not... But what we can do is we can correct that. So if we use, because we have a ray direction that is also not touching the plane, you know. So if we want the ray direction to touch the plane, we can also divide by the ray.z. Hi, username GFI, and here we have something completely straight. So we corrected the depth to by multiplying it, but we want in fact divide that by the component of the ray direction. When the ray direction is on the side, the ray.z is little, so by dividing that by that, we compensate. Anyway, that's how you can find 2D UVs back from a position. And the nice thing is that as we are using the position, if we change that position, if we make some reflection or refraction or things like that, it will change. So if we yeah. So it's a bit weird as a result. You will see. I mean, the result I like, but the technique is a bit weird. So if we are inside the surface, we will reflect the ray, refract, sorry. So we will need a normal and some index of refraction. So to compute the normal, we use what I always use. Okay. And we start to have some distortion. I can maybe remove that. And if we change the refraction, we can see it better. So the background is a bit ugly right now. So what I would like to do is just alternating, like make a checkerboard. To do that, so I have my grid, and I can do a step function. So fract will give me a value between 0 and 1. So if I do a step with a threshold of 0.5, I will have half of them black and half of them white, like that. So per channel. And so now I want to compute a value. I want to make something pretty much black and white for now. And to do that, for example, I can use the minimum value of grid point X and grid point Y. And here I should have some... yeah. We have some squares, and if I also add we can have the other half like that. I'm trying to get some precise effect. I mean, obviously the little droplet I kinda randoms, and I didn't try that before, but the pattern on the background, I think I know a little bit what I want. Something like that. Maybe it's a bit strong. What I also did at some point was to recompute the position a bit differently. You can try that. But I don't know if it's better. No, it's not that great. Yeah, it was. I mean, last time I tried this kind of style, I made it with hard surfaces, and with hard surfaces it was pretty different. Yeah. So I think that way is better. So now what I can do, I will just try if I can add a little bit above. Yeah. So, Rubik's Nerd, my daytime job is, right now it's the technical artist at Don't Nerd Entertainment, which is a video game company in France. And yeah, I am doing shadows for quite a while, but with rematching it's only like a year and a half, or maybe 2 years. So now the great thing is that we could change the background pattern. For example, we could compute a second pattern, which will be something like that. So it's like horizontal and vertical lines, and we can use min or max. I don't know what would be better. And we can step it. Yeah, you know, it depends on the day. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes less. Maybe I want more. Heliotech knows. Hi, Virtual Zavi. And now one other trick I found doing that kind of shaders is to switch from one type to another, like that, to that. Depending on the time, we can do an animation where we use a mod. That's the simplest thing I found. And you use how many different scenes you have. Here we have only 2, but I will add more, I think. And then you use another one that you use flow on that. So this will go from 0 to just under 2. And this will take the 4 values, so it will be either 0 or 1. And so you can test that. If scene is 1, that means we are on the second scene. And there we are. Each second we have another scene. We can, of course, multiply the time to get something a little less often. And now the great trick is that value, let's call it progression. Yeah, but you will see a username. So I will use time, but I will offset it by using, for example, the length of the UV, and there we have a transition with a circle, and if you multiply that by a value, you can change the speed. So the slower you put something here, the little it is, faster it will be. Yeah, that can be great. I suppose you could use something else. I'm trying to think of something. You can just use, for example, one axis. And we should have, yeah, some kind of... Yeah, I didn't want a blend. That's why I say wait a little bit, because I didn't want a blend. I wanted something more brutal. But you could probably use a mix here and maybe not use a floor but a smooth step when we could try. I don't know. We can also do... Yeah, let's try that. There we have a square. You could put a star on everything you want. You just like... It's just like you distort the animation value, like if it was a distance field. And so the threshold will move. And of course you can do it plus, and it will go backward. You could probably, let's try, you could for example, use the add function. Wow. Yeah, it's kind of working. It's like a dissolve. Yeah, it's interesting. So next we can do another. We can find something else to. For example, I can use sinus. What? Oh, not there. It's there. And for example, I can put here a 4, and if scene equal 3, so the last scene, I'm gonna go to the other one, and now I should have several things. So we have the checker, that one, then that one, and that one. What we can maybe do. Sorry. The last one we could offset it maybe. Trying to think. If we put a rotation and we use grid 3 here. Yes. Let's just try it like that. Don't remember what. We could also, of course, apply some kind of vignetting to make the edges less bright. And one other thing I like to do, is I can invert. If we are inside the surface, I can invert the value. Let's try that. That's making more effects. Maybe you don't see that much the distortion effect. Of course, you can rotate the whole scene. Do that. And you can try other thing. Don't really know what I do. There. That's not what I wanted. Could be better. Thank you for stopping by, Rubik's Ned. Have a nice evening. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Some pattern like that. And I was having a hard time. Okay. Checkers. Quit. Of course, I can make it move. That. More like that. Let's make another thing. Okay. Yeah, that's what I like. Inverting the scene. It's also funny because when it's checkerboard, you don't see that it's inverted because the percentage of black and white is the same. It's 50-50. I think it should be possible inside to change the transition. We could try that just after I make a last effect. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I tried inverting also the... I can show you. Instead of inverting just the value, I can invert everything once I multiplied it. And it's also interesting, but I think it kinda breaks a little bit the effect. I mean, after that you can also probably try to find a correct value to give it a little bit of pop. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. It's kinda like ambient occlusion, something like that. I mean, on some scenes, not on all. And if I invert it here, yes, that one could be great with some tricks. Yeah, when the background is light, it works best. I could do... yeah, like here I inverted the background, and yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's interesting. I will not keep it, I think. Maybe I could try putting define. Can we do that? Yeah, seems like it. Eye rigger. So yeah, I still need a last section. So I wanted to see what a max could do. You mean for the center pieces? The center shape? Yes. It's, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm carving one keef from another, yes. Now that you mention it, I didn't try what I usually do. Let's see. Usually I'll do an apps of the two things and I remove something. Yeah, it also works. That's probably a bit too strong. I should, if I want to use that, I should rework everything probably. So let's back to that. I think if I do another one, Hey Alkama, how are you? I can maybe do that. Yeah. And invert that. And that. So what we talked about before was changing the transition effect, and I think that's possible but not that easy. Here we have the progression and we have several possibilities. We could do something like pre-anim. Let's do just 3. And I probably need to offset it. Let's do 2. Yeah, the goal was to try to blend 2D and 3D effects, something mixed. Oh yes, floor of that. So there I have a brutal connection, this transition, and there I have that. Okay. What? Okay, so I have dissolve, now I have the circle, now I have again the dissolve. Hi, virtual Zavi, how are you? So yeah, I can change the style of dissolve. I just need to use like find which section we are before applying the distortion with an offset. So we have to have the dissolve need to be done when we switch of ways to dissolve. So that's why I have a plus 0.5, maybe a minus 0.5 would also work. And now I could do 3. Now I should have a square at some point. Oh yes, that one. Fake caustic? You mean like... Yeah, that would maybe be hard. You know, caustic effect are done by averaging all the light paths. So yeah, without path tracing, it can be pretty hard to do. Maybe, yeah, you mean fake. You could do something with fake, yeah, probably. So with or without the inversion? That is the question. It doesn't matter because it's black and white. Yeah, I don't know. The two are nice. That one is, you see better the distortion effect. You can it looks like dropper. I think what problem with that is that when there is too much noise in the bubbles, it becomes hard to read. I don't know. I need to do a transition with the stars. It needs to be done. It's calling me. It's like, yeah, it's working, kinda. That's strange, no? Oh, because I use a scene. I don't need to divide by P. So I can use one like that, and I can also use one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still need one. Yeah, maybe I can just do that. Something like that. Can take the or I can do the rotating circle. How would I do that? Yeah. Use of the rotation. Like that. Yeah, that one is cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 4. And now, if I do that, I should have all the transition. I didn't put the clock value here, that's why it's not working. Okay. Okay, I think it works. Maybe I should also make the motion of the blobby thing change. What should I do for that? If I just do that. Yes, thank you for coming, Alien. Have a nice evening. So I can do a tick function. So what this function do is we split the value t in two parts. The integer part and the fractional parts. So if we do that, we don't change anything. Here I'm dividing by d and multiplying, so I can change like the loop, the duration. But now I can change, I can put a smooth step here, I can also do a pov value. That's something I like to do. And now I have the function tick. And if I use that here, for example, now everything is being done in a tick. Yeah, before it was just slowly, like, I don't know, floating, and now it's more like sing to the music. I could also do a global rotation here. You mean yeah, maybe you can see more how it's done because the different parts are not moving together that well. Oh. Also, one thing we could do, I'm keeping the value before rotating and everything, and what we can do is also clip the geometry so that we don't have the blobs to in front or to in the back. So we would add I need to use that. Oh, I put the wrong axis there. Okay. So we cut the blobs that are too in front or too in the back. Maybe it's a bit too strong there. So that they are more flat. Maybe it's moving a bit too fast. Yeah, so if you didn't see right here, I'm still not sure if I do that or that. So here it's just the distortion effect, so you can really see that it's some sort of distortion. And I also have that one where I invert whenever I touch a surface. So the effect is stronger, but I think yeah, there is one that is too what is it? The last one, I think. Yeah, that one is too white. Probably. Because the other one are inverted. Yeah, that's better. So that every single one of them is pretty black. That one is 50-50. And so the thing in the middle is white. So you would scale it like more detail or less detail, Alkama. And so there is also that one that Eliotech proposed that is also interesting. It's just like the whole thing inverted. Yeah, and it's interesting. I could maybe, like, every cycle, I just switch. Just zoom in camera. Oh, I may... Oh, less, okay. So I can do several things. I can, of course, change the FOV. But then I will not maybe... Yeah, I think it's too thin. I could also do something like that. But I think if it's too large, you can't really see the distortion. Oh yeah, I can zoom and change the zoom. I can do something. What if blob d equal 1? You mean to make it... I can make them pretty flat if you want, like that. We'll like cut them flat a little bit. So different value, yeah, I could. I think, let's try, if I multiply by FOV, then the background doesn't move anymore. But, so I could have, but I mean, if we keep adding disturbing stuff, maybe we will lose something after its rotation. You mean to get it flat right there? Ah, okay. Let's try that. Ajouter des rayons. C'est-à-dire... So what I would like to try, just really fast here, is to so I will remove that, and if we do a complete circle, we will go to the inverse. So over 6, 2, floor, not sure. Will that work? We will see. So after that one, it should be white. Yes! And after that one, it should be black again. Yeah. Great. So just as a finishing end, we will try to add some colors. And if it's not great, we will let it go. Slower. When it's white, my things are too difficult to read. So you mean my scale here. Oh yeah, chromatic aberration would be great. But you know what's difficult with that is that you have to do your array matching 3 times at least. Or I could put noise, but yeah. I don't know. that's great idea, Enza. I will try first to do just simple, yeah. I mean, I think it should be possible. I can probably like try to put something, like if I put something less detail here, I can have a similar effect with only a third of the steps. So maybe it would be okay to... It would maybe be okay to do it three times. So yeah. Let's try just the color. So the way I do it is usually to make the color rotate. Like take 2 channels and make them rotate. And at the end I do an absolute because the rotation could put negative color there. Oh, with the white it's pretty strong. But instead of using the time, you can use the progression. So we have a progression there, and we have the progression with the scene. So I can use the number of the scene. And now, inside of the time, and now it will change only when the scene is changing. You can put a little bit of change. Wow, with something as bright as this, it's very, very strong. I mean, I like it when the background is black, but when the background is white, I think it's a bit strong. Something like that, maybe. But yeah, it's maybe a bit strong. With the black background, I think it's okay. It's not subtle, probably, but I could also, what you can do is to mix the color with white to make them, ooh, that should do it, but no. Let's try maybe that. And at the end I can multiply the two. more pastel-y. Yeah. I can also use my trick to I don't know if it's very visible. Not that much. So yeah, I'm hesitating to try the distortion thingy. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. So for that, I will try to take everything except maybe the end. Yeah, we'll put it into a function that take UV that return a color. And so here I can have my color be I mean, I could have just a float. Scene, oh. Let's put that away for now. So let's just put something very simple for just a try. try to put just 30. We'll just do something wrong first to see how it goes. So yeah, that could be interesting. If I was at Logicoma, I would do something like that. What you can also do, let's try making very fast a function, hash function. So that's the end of the scene, that's the end of that. Okay. That's not very green. I mean, it does blur if you squint your eyes. You get a blurry effect. Or maybe I should only do it there. No. Yeah, I don't really like it. I should, if I wanted to do real, I mean, I could try another thing. Let's try another thing. something like that, and here I can have a value of and I will use it here. Whoa. What is going on? Yeah, but I don't know, it doesn't really give the effect I would like. Yeah, I think I will revert all that, but I think with the proper control on it, it could be great. Yeah, because black and white always work very well with chromatic aberration. Okay. Oh. So I think I will not put the colors. Should I put the colors? What do you think? Are the colors great or not? Yeah, when it's white, it's too strong, maybe. Oh, you mean if I... Oh, yeah, you're right. If I do that, there is no background here. Okay. Oh, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. Don't royal camera. I don't know if it will be merged at some point with the official version. can do something more subtle. Yeah, I very like it. Like, you can see the background very well, and the text is barely... I don't know if it's great on the stream, let me know. Is it readable? I could make the text bigger also. I think it's readable. Probably if you have a low quality version of the stream. I will see how it goes on YouTube. Maybe with a different compressor. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think like that it's okay. There is color, but it's not saturated at all. Some timbers. Okay, that's nice to know, Alkama. So yeah, I think that's about it. I can try to go quickly on what we have. So we have a kaleidoscopic iterative function. Do you remember, Alkama? What is the S for in KIFs? Anyway, we do several times, we rotate around, we do symmetries, but smooth symmetries, and offsets. And the malfunction, we do two different KIFs with a different rotation center, and so we can do a sphere and a cylinder, and we can merge, like carve one with the other, but also smoothly, so we get those droplets. Will be better. And we also have, I could maybe subtract two, one, smooth transition. Symmetry on both axes with a smooth transition. So I use two planes. I could in fact use only one, I think. Would that work? I don't know. Let's keep it that how it was. Systems. System. Okay. Iterated, not iterative. I knew that stuff at some point. Iterated. A system of functions that are iterated and form a kaleidoscope. Oh, hi Punk! How are you? So you already saw something like that Saturday, but yeah, I tried to get a little more advanced. Should I keep the... Yeah. And we try with the white, like that, a white version. And the white version is interesting too. Maybe it's a bit bland. Okay, I think I will keep that. So sorry Pong, but it's pretty much the end of the stream. I will put the shader on Shader Tag tonight, and I will put the replay soon on YouTube. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming to the stream, and have a nice evening, and see you another time. Goodbye!